Good evening, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. It is a special night tonight.
Yes.
To my right is Miss Heather, my co-host. And tonight we have the wonderful Valerie from Illumination Portal and Diana to help us with our astrology on the eclipse new moon. And then we have a surprise special guest, David Reese, our producer who helped us get this show started. And I know you guys have heard the crazy story about how David and I met Heather. Heather and I met David. And this is him. And he's also our friend that needs the heart transplant. And he wants to tell you all thank you for all the energy. He's been able to feel it. And I'll just let him speak for a second and then we'll head off with Val.
Yeah, thank you to everybody, because I know it's been a lot of you have taken time out for someone you don't even know. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate it. And as I was telling the girls before we went on, you know, my whole summer was spent in the hospital, basically. And I felt like I was going down, down, down. And I felt like every time I went to the hospital, I get new doctors and they would just manage my decline. And it was not good. And then I reconnected with Heather and with Priscilla, and they're like, okay, we got to jump in. We go, you should have told us about this. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. And that was really the beginning of the turnaround. And so now
you also got into Cedar Sinai, which changed everything.
I have a team of doctors. The head doctor at Cedar Sinai's cardiac clinic and transplant program is my cardiologist. He took my case. So I'm really blessed about that. But now they're saying I may not need a heart transplant. They're just not sure. So
oh my God.
So they wanted to
chat.
So they're gonna run more tests in mid-October, and I'll keep you posted. But and if I do, it's not as urgent as it once was, because I'm responding so well to the medications they put me on. And that is not what I was told by the other doctors. I was told I was dying and there's nothing I could do, and you better hurry up and get a heart transplant or you're dead. And so, you know, you got to have hope. So now I have scads of hope, and I feel like I'm getting better every day. And I thank all of you very, very much, because
I'm so pleased for you, sweetheart.
Very happy.
Also, David, another thing about David that you probably don't know, but he's my first trip in my van when I get my van in March. I'm headed to Palm Springs for a week and so maybe.
I can't wait. This is behind me is the guest room.
Oh, my room. Yay.
Yes.
I was going to say, make sure you take her to the road where the mountain just goes straight up.
Yes.
I've actually been there. I've been on top of that mountain. I actually have been to that mountain. But anyway, I'm going to turn the show over to Valerie, who's actually our hostess for the evening. David, you can stay as long as you like.
Okay.
These ladies both are absolutely amazing when it comes to astrology.
Yes, and I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you. And thank you, Diana, for coming, because I really need you tonight. I want to thank everybody who was sending me well wishes too all week. I was feeling under the weather, and I know Diana's probably a lot more aware of the astrology than I am. I mean, I'm aware of it, but, you know, I really wasn't focusing on it all week. So anyway, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd. So we're building up. We're in between eclipses from the one on the 17th we had with the full moon lunar eclipse with Pisces. So this was
a quick question.
Sure.
We've had two eclipses, or it will have had this space in between the two eclipses. What's that all about?
That's about you're being just everything's being pulled out of you, purged out of you, because Pisces was purging. Right. It's all about release. That was a real heavy, intense releasing full moon. So here we are coming up to this new moon in Libra, right? So it's Libra, the moon, the south node, Mercury, black moon, Lilith, all sitting right there at 10 degrees, 11 degrees of Libra. who is about balance and justice and fairness, but first and foremost with yourself. You know, this is internal work here that we're doing during these eclipses. This is where you know, okay, we've purged so much these last few months, well, these last 2 years or so, really, but we're at the point, right, coming up to this solar eclipse in Libra, where it's that final release. But as it's that final release there with the South Node, what's leaving, right? This is where we're doing a huge release here of imbalance, injustice, you know, any kind of outdated relationships, things like that, right? So that's what Libra is about: balance, beauty, right? But fairness and justice, and this is a collective. You know, this is the collective. This is the world. So that we're going to see this playing out for sure out in the circus as it goes. So, and with Black Moon Lilith there, right? She's bringing it up. She's not even. She wants to clear this stuff. So she just wants it exposed, right? And we have Venus and Scorpio. Okay, the deepest sign there is, you know, to really get down in there and release and unhook things out of yourself, you know, release those toxins. This is an excellent time to do cleansing or detox, like right now.
Fantastic.
Days, you know, at least do a couple days. This is a really good time for that. But as we go forward with that Venus and Scorpio, she's ruling this entire eclipse. This is hers, right? So it's going to go deep. You're going to go deep within, and what hasn't purged or you haven't noticed is going to become really aware. And there you
I
are.
have physically been purging. I guarantee you the last few days.
I've been happen right there with you. So it's quite intense. I don't know. What do you got? What do you want to say about any of that, Diana?
I want to add Vulcan. We can't leave him out of this mix. And that's 5 of them, right?
Who?
And what is this?
Vulcan.
This is
Vulcan.
Lilith. This is Lilith. Talk to the hand. I'm out of here. She said, Adam,
Yes, you did.
I'm not going to be subservient.
No. So
we will not go back. You can take that into true consideration. And what is Vulcan? Vulcan is the anvil. He was Thor's blacksmith. He made the swords. He made the arrows. He forged everything. So in our forging towards the future, Lilith it's not just for women, it's for everybody. We all have divine feminine, we all have divine masculine. So it is 5 of them standing there in that South Node who acts as a little protection with what it is you need to let go of. This is giving you the time for balance. And Astrea's got a beautiful aspect going on here too. And Astrea is about justice and the things that you cannot let go of. And there is a fair way to let go of things without having to bring up the past. And Astrea is wise, and she knows how to finally get us there. So Venus, being a night star, also takes on this same role with Astrea, because when Venus is a night star, she likes to party a little bit more. So she's in warrior mode because she's Venus. She's always ready, but she's ready because it's night.
So how is that playing out in the collective right now? I mean, David's in the news business, so I don't know if he sees how it plays out. Probably.
Oh my God! You know, like, well, just for instance, the Pluto in Capricorn retrograded 29-degree Capricorn. Look at the Diddy stuff coming out, right?
Right.
This is what you're going to see. You're just going to start seeing this just onion peeling down.
Right.
And we got him in there until October 12th. So there's a lot more to come because those are his last final minutes of that degree. And
so more is going to be revealed.
And yeah, and he won't be back for 248 years in that side. So,
right.
You know.
So we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about it unless all parts are replaceable by then, you know.
I don't
But the-
want to be here in 240 years.
The other beautiful
I'm
stuff
done,
that's-
girlfriend.
The other beautiful stuff that's going on in that sky is we have a kite. What's a kite? It's a grand trine, which we have in water.
Water
And
time.
then we have this release at the top of the kite, because if you've ever flown a kite, you know that the wind has to go. You need a tail in order to keep it, but the wind gets released in the opposition. That tail is that Venus in Scorpio, and her release point is up there in Taurus with Hygeia.
Wow.
And at the other end of that is Uranus at 29 degrees or 26 degrees today. But all of this is working together so that as this kite is floating back and forth like this in the sky, because it's windy, just think of the solar flares and what the solar storms are doing to us, the solar winds, all of that is coming into play. And the other beautiful thing about this grand trine and the kite is that we have two mystic rectangles. One is going in this direction and the other one is going in this direction. And so we end up with, in that mystic rectangle, pick one, you have all of the ingredients that you need to purge and to create a vision for yourself of the future. With Vesta,
for the collective.
You know, exactly, because we have Vesta, we have Vesta in the moon together in today, the 30th. I mean, I'm sorry, for tomorrow, the 30th. No, we have Vesta in the moon together in Virgo. Then we have Mars over there in Cancer. Then we come down and we have Saturn in Pisces, and we move over. We have Ceres over in I didn't write her down. Where is she? She's in Capricorn. So that's our mystic rectangle, and Ceres is about the harvest. Vesta is about not just the home, but your own hearth fire. What drives you, and what is Mars about? Taking action. And what is Saturn about? Foundations. And how can you make this new foundation that's coming to us?
The new earth.
Yeah. So that's one of them.
But
and that's a double because of the moon and Vesta. Yeah, go ahead, Val.
But that's all that water too. Like that's just going to really float. Yes. Like once you decide, hey, this is my north node, right? Because all of our north node or the collective north node is where we're all headed. The south node is where we're releasing. Now, it doesn't mean we don't have a lot of mastery and skills in the south node, but we usually integrate those as we go forward. But there's so much that always needs shed, you know? So you got to think of it like that. So this is a big, huge shedding period. And don't forget, you know,
all that water and that total emotional and revealing hidden stuff and all of that.
But it's about connecting to to trust your intuition, to trust your gut. You know, because that water sign is really psychic, and you know, a lot of times doesn't want to. Once it, you know, well, let me logically think about it. You know, instead of just going gut first, don't do that. Go gut first. You know, stay with that.
And it's like a major spa day. Think about how open you feel after you've had it all done.
You're like floating.
When does that come in? Because I really could use a spa. I'm ready for that one.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we have more. I mean, there's
so much
up there.
Yeah,
we have Uranus in Taurus at 26 degrees. And it's in a sextile over there to Neptune at 28 degrees in Pisces. Then you jump across over there to today, parts fortune, or today and tomorrow, parts fortune conjunct the moon in Virgo. And then you come on down. And I mean, it's just phenomenal because it's everywhere. There's something good going on to support you in the vision you're having for the going forward.
This is a really nice one. It is. Yeah, even though you're releasing a lot, we've done so much of that work, you know, especially in this, spiritual community, higher consciousness community, however you want to word it, that's something that we're all dedicated to doing all day, every day,
Right.
So, but I think it's with the outer planets too. We have Pluto, Neptune, Uranus out there really pressing in that opening your higher consciousness, your spiritual, connecting to your heart and your soul, really connecting. And that's like putting that pressure on of all humanity. You got to think of that for the next couple of years. And it's been just building up. And you can see a lot more people waking up and becoming conscious, that there's more to
Oh my God, they're becoming woke.
Well,
Thank
you know
God.
why? Because we have
Thank God.
Athena, who is who's Jupiter's daughter, was born out of his third eye. She's at 7 degrees of Sagittarius. She's smarter than him, right? But she's in her daddy's sign, so she's really communicating with him. And where is she? She's in a sextile over there to Mercury and the Sun. All right. So that's a big deal because they're really communicating. You go across.
This is like insanity in the sky.
Yeah, listen to me. I just can't shut up.
Normal? Is this normal? I mean,
this has been going on.
When the last couple of years, it's been absolute mayhem.
Yeah, Diana, how long we've been?
But the thing is, it's all been increasing every
year,
every month we have
every day.
So,
every day.
I love
here's the other beauty. We have all right. We have Athena at 7 degrees of Sagittarius. Across from there, we have Sedna in Gemini at 1 degree, and she's moving very slow because it takes her 24,000 years to go around the sun.
I didn't realize
she ain't going anywhere fast, so she is giving plenty of time for Palais to formulate the prescription that you can adhere to. We all have to be our own doctor. If you don't walk into a doctor nowadays with a good idea of what you think is wrong and ask the right questions, you won't get an answer, because even when you ask the right questions, a lot of the times, you know what you hear? I don't know nothing about that. Okay. Can you tell me a doctor who does? So this is an opposition, right?
David, you can respond to that doctor issue, huh? The last few months.
Palais and Sag, Sedna's and Gemini, that's an opposition. But the reality of an opposition is it's a conjunction at a distance. And what do you do with that? You're only going to be fighting yourself if you don't carry it balanced. And Libra, the Libra solar eclipse, which is when the moon is casting a shadow on the earth from the sun. So that's what creates this solar eclipse. So not where we are, it's not going to be that visible, but as it goes over Easter Island, it's going to be an annular eclipse. That means it's going to have a ring of fire. This is a big passionate awakening for all of us, even if we can't see it at its fullest.
Right. And it's all the divine feminine, and even like Mars is in Cancer, right? He even though he's taking action, he's taking it by his gut, by his feels, he has to use his psychic abilities and his nurturing, it's hard for Mars to be nurturing, but I mean, to me,
I don't think of nurturing and Mars in the same breath.
Well, but and that's usually true, but with this setup, there's a lot of divine feminine energy in there, so they're supporting each other throughout the whole chart. You know what I'm saying? So, and Spirit's ruling the chart with Neptune in Pisces.
Mars likes to take action, but remember, Priscilla, he's the original ruler of Scorpio. Right. And what is Scorpio about, right? So he knows how to get to the heart of things, and that's a feminine quality.
Yeah, I keep hearing in my head him saying, I'm doing this for your own good.
Yeah. Oh, he's really akin to Saturn.
Yeah.
And everybody's it's just watery, right? It's like we're so malleable right now, right? Like you can really you place your focus on what it is your spirit team, your heart, your soul, whatever it is driving you. You will these doors will just open up. It's like magical. It's very magical to me, I think. Don't you think, Diana, with all that air?
There isn't, we could look at all the negative things that can also be pointed out in this chart, but it's all up to you to interpret it the way it's going to work for you.
Yeah, sure.
When you make yourself aware of the pitfalls, you know how to. Well, the first rule of riding a motorcycle is the only way out of it most of the time is to go through it. Like when the road has been graded, right? And you're in these ruts and the bike is going like this.
Mhm.
If you just got to stay focused and go through it, and you're out of it. So this
If
is
in
basically
doubt, throttle out.
throttle. Yeah, that's
That's
it.
a term.
Exactly. And lean into the
Yeah,
dark.
I could add something.
Lean into the
You guys who weren't here, this is our friend David Reese from Palm Springs. He's actually director of news at, I don't want to say the wrong station, David, tell me.
NBC Palm Springs.
NBC Palm Springs.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
he is the producer of our show. We had the funniest way that we met, 5 years ago or so? And
he's another Emmy Award winner.
he's actually
adding.
just won another one this year. Sick as a dog, and you still won an Emmy. That's insane. Anyway, I just wanted to say, he came to say thank you to you guys that have been sending healing light. He needs a heart transplant. They thought maybe not now.
We'll hope. I'll keep
Crazy.
So that's really good news. But David, have you been able to follow any of this conversation?
A little bit, but the producer in me wants to ask the real simple question. And I used to say this to Priscilla and Heather all the time. I'm like, you guys get down really in the weeds, and I know that your audience understands all this, so I get it. But for the novice in me, I just want to know this is probably more for Valerie, but also for Diana. What should the novice in me? I don't understand a lot of this stuff. I don't know a lot of this stuff, but I do believe in it. So
Okay.
What should I be doing in the next couple of weeks while we're building up to this next thing? What action should I be taking so I have the best experience?
Definitely, reassess, your beliefs, your what you're ingesting, whether it's mentally, physically, energetically, the whole way, because this is such an opportune time on October 2nd with all those planets there, that South Node sitting there, to release what doesn't work anymore, even though you've tried to make it work, or you're holding on for sentimental reasons, or I mean, it could be in any aspect of
Does that
your life.
include like physical stuff? Because I have boxes and boxes and boxes of things
Absolutely.
that I got out of storage, and I'm just purging. I'm getting rid of it. I've never.
Perfect.
I'm just on a tear right now.
That's exactly it. Because here we
I'm
are.
an estate
Yeah.
sale. That's what I did.
I have so many nice clothes that I just don't get out. I don't
Oh
wear it.
man,
Yeah.
that is so cool. But that's exactly it, because we're right in the middle of these two eclipses, right from the 17th to the 2nd, and this is it's like you're in the cosmic washing machine. You're really just getting. They're just pulling it out of you. Whatever.
Washing machine. Okay. I just need some good fabric softener.
Yeah, I could use some
Let's get
fabric
rid of
softener.
whatever doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's actually, I like that, because this cycle is about to really put us on our trajectory, right? Like, you're gonna know, even though that washing machine's going around, all of a sudden it's just gonna be like, oh man, okay, if I just follow my heart. I mean, it's really that
Well,
simple.
probably clarity from being cleaned out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, I'm going to jump off, you guys, but Priscilla and Heather, I have something funny to tell you. Scott Clark just texted me and said, I just saw you live on Facebook. Call me when you're done. So Scott Clark says hi too. He was our engineer at the radio station.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, David.
Thank you so much, you guys, for having me. I appreciate it. I'll come on
We
again
love
if you
you.
invite me. Love you
I
too.
love you so
Thank
much.
you, David.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you for indulging us.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you for
We haven't seen him in so long.
introducing.
It was wonderful.
He's got the most beautiful energy, I think.
Doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's very spiritual and doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
just one of those that's naturally a good human being and cares about other people, and it comes from the heart.
Yep.
It's lovely.
And that's what this whole last 4 or 5 years has been about, is becoming into your authenticity, you know, your truth, your integrity, because from that solid foundation, you can start building to what it is your heart, your soul team, you're on your mission, whatever that is. Start doing that, you know, and really it's really about freeing ourselves too, isn't it, Diana? Like, free yourself to be who you really are, you know?
Yes. Don't let the restrictions, don't let that Eight of Swords card show up and trap you, because all you got to do is wiggle out of the bindings and lift.
I love that.
And when you lift that blindfold, you'll see there's no swords in front of you. It was open all the time. They just had you fooled.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let those old patterns keep you
Yes.
in the old patterns.
Right. I love the washing machine analogy. I have well water, so I always run the washer, because I don't wash every day, right? I got lots of clothes, so they pile up sometimes. But in between wash loads, it can sit maybe even 2 weeks. So I always run a load with nothing but water, so that anything trapped in the pipes that has had opportunity to oxidize and stain my whites, because I've gone through that, it's gone. It's out of there. And my whites get to be white instead of being stained with that old information. So think about stuff stuck in pipes, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Whether it's ionized water like mine, because it's well water, or just the dirt that can get into a pipe, period.
I mean, it's real. You know, we're purging. We've been purging. But we're coming close to the, you know, I actually see the first of the year a lot nicer, but we're gonna this from now until then, you know, it's gonna continue. Our next full moon is what, October 7th, I think the 17th, and it's Aries. So there you're gonna want to be going, right? You're gonna want to go forward.
And Mars is the ruler of Aries. So here you go. What do you want? This is, you know, Aries, it rules the I am house, the first house. That's its natural rulership. So you get to be a little selfish. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't get through the day to help anybody else if you don't put your own face mask on first, right? And so many of you in the chat, I just loving everything that everybody says. It's fantastic. Got to get up, got to get out, got to get home before the morning comes.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I mean, this is big. It really is. This is the big last purge of the year. You got to think of it, because this is last.
Oh, that's good. I'm ready.
It's the second half. Okay, it's the second eclipse season during this year, right? We're in the fall eclipse season, and this is but eclipse seasons play out for a couple months, maybe a little longer. Just depends,
Right.
You know, where it's at in your chart, really. You know, that's more of a individual thing. And if anyone wants to chart read, get a hold of Diana or I.
Oh, you guys, I don't know that your information is in the description. I know Valerie's is, but you can read Diana at
AOL.com.
at AOL.com.
AOL.
And that's oil PNTR,
Yeah.
right? PNTR at AOL.com. I'm sorry, Diana. You were such a last minute thing.
No, that's okay.
Angel. I didn't know if I was going to have internet. I'm so glad because they were going to come up. And then we all got to come together.
I'm delighted to be with you all.
Oh, we are too. I love it. This is fantastic. So thank you for both of you ladies. Don't forget, we do have a slideshow.
A sideshow?
Yeah, a slideshow.
A sideshow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh my God.
I don't know if you want anything to do with that yet, but I just thought I'd tell you.
Oh, well, I like the sideshow because, you can't get everything in the main tent. There's a whole lot of people there.
Do you want me to start it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We'll just go for it. We'll go for it. Look how good she does these. I love, and I mean, Priscilla, you're just so creative.
You know what? I love
need that
doing these. I
picture
have
on a
no
wall.
idea what I'm doing, but I have so much fun doing
I'm
it.
actually taking a screenshot of that so I can paint a mural of it somewhere.
You know what? I will send you the picture. I'll send you the picture.
Okay, thank you.
I'll send you the picture without the writing.
Man, that'll look so cool, Diana.
There you go, right?
It would.
Maybe I should put it on canvas so I can take it with me with my tent when I go to read cards at carnivals.
Well, you see that it's a Libra right here.
Yeah, but those scales are, and my South Node is in Libra on my rising sign, so I'm okay with that.
Cool. Okay, Heather, do you want to read?
Sure. So this is the post-equinox Stargate 2024 Ascension energies. So as we leaped through the September equinox Stargate 2024, marking the equal part of light and dark, we begin to descend into winter months, in the Northern Hemisphere at least, embracing the cycle of death and renewal. Libra season highlights sacred balance and relationships within the self and with others, the world, health, money, nutrition, and more. A blast of plasma light through the Stargate and eclipse corridor is transmitting high frequencies, reprogramming our cells, not selves, and elevating our awareness. And as we integrate the powerful releases, activations, and upgrades from the equinox, we're immersing into deep layers of 3D to realign energetically to a new time-space continuum, collapsing the old holographic template into the 0-point field. Expect heightened ascension symptoms, emotionally triggers, and physically exhaustion, head pressure, sore throat, etc. as we walk through this eclipse corridor and the intense integration continues. I've got to say, for me, it's my sinuses that are going nuts.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
My gut.
Well, everything.
Oh, and it's everybody differently, but it's there.
Yeah. I don't even know what hit me last week. It was not supposed. I don't know. It's just bizarre. But I was guided to do it to purge during the eclipse season. So this is really a good time to do something like that. Even if you just do a couple days, just reboot your system up. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not a medical doctor, so.
Well, in moon water, during the eclipse is very important. I'm sure there's another school of thought, but the way I look at it is, this is actually washing the slate. This is like after school cleaning the blackboard, but this time you're using the sponge eraser so that it's getting a good laundromat at the same time.
Yeah.
It's getting wiped clean. Mm-hmm. So when you have that, you're really trying to put an end to something. And it's also about like shadow work, because
oh man,
what are we never finished with?
Shadow work.
Shadow work.
Just the minute
Never.
we think we've gotten rid of it,
Yeah. There's another layer.
mosquitoes buzzing in your ear.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
so true.
Another layer.
another layer.
Yeah.
And it's constant, but once you get to you get to notice it's a lot sooner than you used to. You
Oh,
get to and you know that you can look at it, love it, release it, let it go. Now it's surprising to me how much I've heard from other people who've been purging really hard things these last couple of weeks, so just know that that's for your, to me, it's lightening our energy bodies. The more we get to release this stuff out of us, right? It gives you that higher consciousness view of things. You know what I mean? Once you let that happen. So it's helpful to do the shadow work.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The rest of September is energetically focused on recharging, resting, and releasing. There we go. And use this time wisely. The remainder of this year is going to be amped up with new shifts, new beginnings, and new experiences.
Yeah.
Gonna get crazy.
Well, with everything that's going to be coming up and exposing itself, we will have new shifts and new beginnings because it's going to cause us to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And Venus is in Scorpio for the next few weeks, a focal point for Libra season. It's both an inner examination as well as recognition of desire.
Recognition, I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not what it says.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That's what I thought.
Understanding.
Hey, wait a minute. As well as reignition of desire.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
right. Okay. I was
Somebody could
putting
read.
it together. That makes a lot more sense.
Well, and you know what else? Her being in Scorpio and Mars going retrograde in Cancer is going to be going over that while she is, because he goes retrograde in 2 weeks.
Yeah, not even.
While she's still
2 degrees. 2 degrees. He's
going back and forth. Yeah.
And so he's going to go back and forth, and he's going to be at that point of Thales when he hits 17 degrees. That's when he enters the shadow phase, right?
Yes.
And then he's going to go up to like 24, 25. He gets up there, and then just like last year, boom, he's going back. Just like Mercury did when he went into Leo. So now this is what we have going on with Mars. Where can you take action? You've got to put everything in order first. So you get to do that while Venus is helping you get into the deep belly of everything. That's
deep belly, yeah, reignition of your desires. This is that real deal, right? That real what is it in you that wants to come out of you? What do you want to create? Who do you want to be? Because we're reinventing ourselves. We're recreating ourselves. We're in this new earth energy, that's just coming in, really. But we're like at that front lines of it where we're stabilizing that. And the more we go through these portals within portals and cycles within cycles, we come out. I keep hearing, I heard this all last week when I was sick, that cosmic washing machine. I was just laying there going, whatever. I couldn't even
that's
talk.
a perfect thing for it. I
love that phrase. That's beautiful. Thank you for that phrase.
Okay, Astro Daily, September 27th. So today's the 28th. It's the weekend before a solar eclipse. There's a feeling of anticipation. Eclipses are inflection points, markers in the story arcs of our lives. Oh, I like the way that was said.
Yeah, for sure.
Sun sextile moon. And
now this was yesterday. Okay, right. I put this in because you got to remember all these different aspects build up to that solar eclipse, and they're all exchanging information constantly.
Right.
You know, so,
And it's a Kazami with Mercury besides. So the South Node, Mercury, the Moon, the Sun, Vulcan, and Black Moon Lilith are kissing.
yeah.
And poor Venus, she's looking on like, well, where's my kiss?
Here's my
So
Like,
yes,
you just had yours. Don't mess up our fun, right?
so yesterday the sun sextiled the moon. A sextile occurs when two planets are about 60 degrees apart, and this alignment creates a supportive and friendly connection. The sun represents your true self, your personality, and how you express yourself in the world. The moon, on the other hand, symbolizes your emotions, instincts, and your subconscious feelings. Yesterday, you needed to take advantage of the beautiful energy and focus on your emotions, embrace your creativity, and strengthen your connections with others. And you can still do it because it never just stays one day only. You can still do
right.
it.
Thank you for saying that. Heather, sorry.
Leah has said domestic violence uptick with Mars and Cancer. You know, it's all about how you process the information. Things like that can happen. I'm not going to say it can't, but we also have Venus in Scorpio. And so, you know, she's in Mars's sign and they're in a trine. So she's going to try to work it out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to listen. He's not, you know, he's in a sign of love.
Yeah, he's in
Cancer.
It
can be emotional in a positive way, right?
Yeah, and he's feeling his feels, and I think everybody's got to get. That's the point of all this astrology, and even going into the next couple of years, is to align to who you are, to your heart,
your authentic self.
Right. So the knowledge of your own chart, when you look at something like that, how does it aspect your chart? That's where you can find the pitfalls.
Right.
Because that's a positive thing in the sky, but how is it affecting your blueprint?
And even if it isn't a good aspect, you know, I feel like last week you know, you hit that dark night of the soul stuff again. You know, you just hit it, and you're sitting there going, "Wow, there was another layer." Really, I can't. Every time I'm just blown away. You know, I was just like, "Okay, well, let's just do it." You know, and you. I just feel it though. Like it happens. It's so obvious. It's quicker. It's more. You can notice it faster.
Yeah.
I should say. You can handle it faster. You can move on faster, and this keeps getting you aligned into your North Node. Where are you going? You know, so even if it is a tough part of your chart,
right,
there's good parts of your chart too that are
exactly. And just by understanding the warning signs, you can avoid it. You know, what can you do to make sure, you know, like go shopping or whatever, just to avoid any situation that's going to put you in that, even if all you're doing is window shopping, you know?
Yeah. Okay, the new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd. Set intentions for work and love. Nurture your relationships. Embrace your dynamic nature. Take a big leap. Embrace sensitivity. Invest in your future. Pitch new ideas or apply for a new position. Huh, interesting.
Really can. All of your relationships, any of your relationships, are in play. And you can restructure how do you want your everyday, day in, day out life to look like, and make it happen. You can really do that right now. You know, you let go enough of this toxins or the distortion or the blocks. You really have that. You can go forward now. You can make those choices, and those doors open for you
with your intuition, and be comfortable knowing the doors are going to open because you've done the work. Interesting.
Oh, no. The new moon eclipse in Libra, and that's again on the 2nd. On 2/10, there will be a new moon solar eclipse in Libra at 10 degrees. And naturally, this eclipse will occur around Librian themes: relationships, marriage, peace, harmony, equality, and justice. Now, this eclipse will be conjunct both Black Moon Lilith and Mercury, and it will square Mars in Cancer. This indicates that there will be a strong focus on communicating, that's Mercury, about taboo topics, which is Lilith, and taking action, which is Mars, in the name of what is fair and just. This eclipse energy is urging you to address any imbalances that exist in your personal relationships and contractual agreements. New moon eclipses indicate that the new chapter is starting somewhere in your life. This can lead to important new contracts, collaborations, and relationship developments taking place under the next 4 weeks. But in the South Node also being in Libra, there may be some kind of trade-off or sacrifice that needs to be considered. So yes, a win-win outcome is possible, but it won't be straightforward. Zena, no.
Lots going on. Lots going on.
Well,
But see, we have all that water, right? So we can, we do know underneath, that knowing, stuff. You got that. If you
Right.
only trust it, that's
Right.
the way through this.
Oh, I love that because, water is just as grounding as standing on the earth.
Mhm.
Because you're standing in both of them when you're in water.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that grand trine in water is really helping us find that balance. It's Saturn and Neptune. Saturn's in the middle of the sign. Neptune's at the end of the sign. And then we've got the other two working on going through the signs. So that's going to stick for a while because Saturn has just gone direct and Neptune has just gone direct. And so, we're working on redirecting that balance.
Right.
Right? I mean,
they're trying to feel into where is that balance, right?
It's centrifugal force. Think about how Daddy put the water filled in the bucket and then swung it around and not a drop was spilled.
That's right.
Because centrifuge, the centrifugal force, kept it in the bottle. Or being on that ride where the bottom drops out.
I remember that.
And you're just hanging on.
I didn't know
centrifugal force that you're going around so fast.
I think I might have written it one time. That's enough.
Well, I burned wood today out back for about 4 hours.
Oh,
and
man.
Y'all know I've been having trouble with one of my legs and / hip. And I'm out there dancing on my lumpy ground. And I didn't sit down for most of the time that I was out there. I was like, where is this coming from? I'm loving every minute of it. Thank you so very much. It's like I finally got my sea legs back for living in Michigan, because after 30 years in Virginia, it was walking on quartz,
Right.
And it's different. I'm not saying there isn't quartz here, but it's under the water. Especially in the area that I'm in. So
Interesting. Okay, new moon in Libra. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered, but there's a feeling that all is well. Your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt, because it is not the truth of you. It is not the perspective of love. How you feel reveals how aligned you are with your soul. If you're experiencing something that doesn't feel quite right, take a breath and come back to your center. You will begin to feel better, inspired to navigate your inner radar, and ready to receive your soul's transmission. Oh, that's so sweet.
That's nice. That's nice.
That is nice.
3 reasons to prepare for the Ring of Fire solar eclipse, even if we can't see it.
right?
That's right.
It's up there. You just got to know it's up there.
Situations last experienced in September 2006 are advancing. You've matured, so trust.
Wow. Since 2006, how much have we changed, you guys? Probably
Yes.
every person in here has been like 180 degrees from what they were in 2000.
Oh my
You
God.
know, I
And
can
then-
say
ahead.
this was the beginning of the end for my marriage. I mean, it had
Wow.
always been, but that year set the pace.
Right.
Yeah,
And 2009, it was the divorce was final.
yeah, 2000, man. Yeah, those are hard years, man.
It
And-
was some hard years.
Remember that life is about to reset. A new chapter awaits.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And your personal transformation has accelerated. So you need to harness your innate power.
Oh, I agree with all that. 100%.
It is. We're the only ones. It's our life. It's our world, right? And our world is from our imagination, our perception, and it's. If you sit there and think it all sucks, it does. If you think it's all,
Absolutely.
and that's just part of that. You
Right.
gotta. So what is it what makes your heart smile? Is always I hear that all the time.
I love that. Plus, it's your solution to be had also. 'Cause
Right.
You're the only one who can find your way out of it. Nobody can tell you that. If you don't
Absolutely.
take the medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
And that's the thing, right? It's us being sovereign.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
about us being sovereign because we've given and had all these other relationships and all these other inner, entanglements, however you want to say it. But we had to be like stripped down to our raw inner selves and look at that and just be like,
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
I just gave
Love
myself
that.
Yeah,
Right.
that was deep.
Or the doctor gives you a drug and then you discover that you're getting sick from it and you make the decision to tell that drug to go by the wayside.
That's right.
And then the doctor wants to give you an alternative and you just say, no,
Nope.
I don't want anything to do with any of this.
I
Yeah.
just had to do that. Yesterday.
Well, and I did remember back in February.
Mhm.
So all of us, this pertains to all of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have an
Absolutely.
experience to draw from, but if you're going through that same thing and it's not working, and in fact, it's making you feel worse,
Stop it.
right? We got
Yeah.
to realize we should be on a first name basis with those people.
Yeah.
I hired you.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
paying you.
And you're
And therefore,
practicing.
And
you work for me.
for a reason, like a yoga practice. It's a doctor's practice.
Yes.
Yes,
They're
right.
not gods.
Nope.
Practice.
No.
Okay, so cut energetic ties to the past. Perfect time for it.
Mhm.
Seek truth and clarity. Ask your guides for truth and clarity always.
Always.
Release outdated beliefs and patterns. And we got plenty of shit to release, folks. We've been dead
Whoa.
misinformation
Literally.
in our lives.
Yeah.
And the lives before, the lives before, and the lives before the last 26,000 years. Let's just face it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Purge suppressed emotions. Let that shit go.
Yes.
Feel it. Feel it. Get into it. If you feel like crap, just feel like crap. Feel
And
it,
cry.
Feel it.
Yes.
Cry and clean.
Scream, yell, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And then
Recognize
let
it
it
and get
go.
rid of it.
Let it go. Don't let it
Cheryl.
rule you any longer.
Excellent advice, ladies. It's the truth, though.
It is,
Yeah.
though. It is the truth. Okay. Embrace transformation. I can't see this other one because my stupid. Okay. Open space for new opportunities by clearing old energy and experiences. Absolutely. Embrace transformation and let go of emotional baggage. Emotional baggage is nothing but judgment.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Nothing but, oops, sorry.
It's all right.
And
Okay.
we have to let go of judgment
Yeah.
to be happy.
Including
And there
judging yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, most
my
assuredly
God.
yourself.
Yes. And don't, but you do have to have discernment. And there's that's that gray line, and it's that constantly moving
It is
boundary.
learning discernment versus judgment. You're walking a tightrope. I feel,
Yeah.
or I feel like
Yeah.
I'm walking a
I
tightrope.
feel
Yeah.
like
So,
all the time. Yep.
And if you're around during these things, this is when the next new moon and solar annual eclipse is. It's October 2nd.
Yeah.
But it could be
why
Pacific.
did they put mountain time? How rude.
Yeah, they left us out. And
Well,
Central Daylight Time and Eastern Daylight Time. They've left out the mountain. What's the matter with them? You're in the mountains. Anyway,
Right.
and remember that it's in Libra at 3 degrees, and it's conjuncts with blue moon Lilith, Mercury, and the South Lunar Node. You look those things up, you'll know what's going on.
That's actually a good point, though. It is a 10-degree Libra moon, right? This is, and all these planets are 10 degrees. And one of them is 11. And what's that 10 stand for? Will we
Completion.
It could be an ending, or it can be reduced to the beginning.
exactly?
Right.
And that is that vertex, anti-vertex. It is your south node. It is your north node.
Mhm.
And that opposition, which is nothing but a conjunction at a distance, and how you walk and waltz through your life. And then this is where your parts fortune comes into play, because that also shows you the blessing in disguise. It was a mistake, but in the end, it turned out to work in your favor, and it's a good luck charm. So again, sometimes you can see that better in retrospect, but if you know where it is and you understand that part, then and where it is in the transiting sky, it really can help you see where you're going to have a spiritual awakening.
Oh yeah, and we're all you can feel it. We've been being cracked open. I mean, we could go back to 2012, but I know I've been being cracked open on way before that, and so have most of you. So those, and it's those layers, those cracks just keep cracking open, and you're like, wow, is there any more in there? What else is in there?
Oh
You know?
man, I wish my onion was down to the size of a garlic thing, because this onion just seems to have more freaking layers than you can expect.
Well, and not only that, we could squeeze out the damn clove and get it all.
And get it all out of there,
Get it all out. Yeah.
like an annoying pimple.
Right? You're lucky if you get 8 cloves in one and one bulb, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Well, and as we were talking about the divine feminine and all of this moon here, right? Oh shoot, where was I going with that, Diana?
Okay, the divine feminine
It'll come back.
is this new moon, and
She got
it's grandmother moon, so that is maiden mother Crone. That all comes into play, right? Is that where you were headed?
Well, yeah, I'm going in with, like, it's really deep shamanic, internal, deep, deep work. I mean,
yes,
this is that last. But you think of it like the last push when you're having a baby.
right.
You go through this eclipse and you really unload that stuff that's been weighing you down forever.
Yep.
Changing everything.
And this is like the second harvest. It's Maban, right? So we're in the second harvest. We're in the time for bringing it all in and starting to burn the fields and clean the fields. And can you cut the hay one more time? I pulled up most of my tomatoes today because they're not going to give me anything new, and I'm certainly not even going to get green tomatoes to fry them. So I've got some buds, but it's not worth looking at these half-dead plants.
They're done.
So,
they're done. It's that time of year.
Right. So this is like your kids are now teenagers, and they're going off to college, and they're, that's going to be it. They're coming home one more summer, and then they got to go work. And so they got to get a job where they're going to school, because they're going to have to take a summer class.
Love the education
You make your
system,
bed,
don't
you
we?
sleep in it.
Oh my God. And that's another thing, that the external world's really going to be like on fire, okay, these next few months because of this, right? This is bringing it all out. It's got to come out. It's got, I mean,
well, you can see it in the collective already. And
yeah, I mean, it's so ridiculous. When I look at the news, I'm like, what the F is going on? But look, I got to say this, with that hurricane, it hit right at the panhandle, right, right at that little dent in, and it turned left. I've never seen that happen before from a Florida hurricane.
no,
And
I
you
don't
had
think
to
I
come
ever
up
had
the
that.
coast right to me and sit and park or keep going. I was, I mean, we got hit pretty bad, and it wasn't even near us, but that thing was massive, and the internet went down for over 24 hours.
Were you in Virginia in 1999 when that
Yes.
hurricane went through?
Yes.
Okay, so in Chantilly, where I lived, I'm in the eye of it. Everybody else is getting flooded out. I got nothing. I got still. I am right in the middle of it. We had a little bit of rain, no wind, but we lost power for 11 days. My neighbor hooked me up to his, I mean, I couldn't, keeping a generator going was crazy. But my backyard neighbors, that whole street, they had electricity. So they had me all hooked up to sockets in their houses. So I can keep the refrigerator running, you know.
That's how you live in Florida. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've been through so many hurricanes, I just can't even, or northeast or nor'easters. I think they're even worse sometimes than the hurricanes. But for that, and look what the damage this, I mean, just let's take this into consideration. This hurricane that came in yesterday is in between two eclipses, okay? It comes in, makes the left, terrorizes the deep south.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
You see where I'm going with that? Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it I'm not saying by no means anybody deserves it, but it just
Absolutely
seems
not.
really ironic that it's right there.
Yes.
I mean, I've never heard of tornadoes in the mountains. Like Rocky Mount was having tornadoes yesterday.
It's very unusual. When I lived in Colorado Springs in the 70s, we had a tornado come down through the highway there that leads up to Green Mountain.
I remember Grand Junction.
No, right up Green Mountain Falls. Where I was in Manitou Springs. Actually, when it hit,
I lived up in Frisco when that happened.
Right. Well, this is in between Colorado Springs and Manitou Springs. It came right down the mountain road. The house next to me lost a roof. My house was fine.
Isn't that crazy?
Right across the street. But it shouldn't have done that. It just doesn't hit like that.
Well, and I had one like that run through the city in Chantilly, and one whole street got all torn up.
Yeah, it's weird.
And nothing else got touched.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, it was in Centreville, but it was right next to me. So
let me say, and I send blessings and everybody that what they need when they need it. Everybody's been affected by that hurricane. But do you see what I'm saying? It's purging out. Let's just generally say what the Deep South stands for, or what has gone on there. Okay, because you got to think of these as long cycles, right? And there was a lot of abuse of that.
Racism, murder, death.
Right, and it has got to be purged out.
In some of those states.
Right.
Yeah.
Just as it does. It just, because just the mentality will leave an imprint on the land. Like
absolutely,
love that.
It's just
there's so much hate in those red states.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. They just want the same as we do, but I don't know where they're getting their information. But anyway,
so let's go back to the new moon in Libra, solar eclipse energy, releasing karmic contracts ushering in abundance. Boy, I'm liking that. This weekend marks a pivotal moment as we approach the new moon on October 2nd. 10-degree Libra coinciding with an annular solar eclipse. With the North Node in Aries and South Node in Libra, many may be experiencing themes of divine empowerment as we reclaim our sovereignty while releasing karmic contracts and patterns from our past. The North Node symbolizes our destined path and future potential, while the South Node embodies what we need to transcend, our karmic lessons.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The beautiful trine between the South Node, sextile between the South Node and Sedna, and trine between the North Node and Sedna, or it's vice versa. That support system on Sedna is about adaptation and sacrifice. So what no longer serves your purpose is also being shown to you and supported with those three in configuration. And then you add this eclipse to it, boom.
Right. The placement at 10 degrees Libra emphasizes themes of balance, harmony, and relationships, with the number 10 representing completion and new beginnings, signifying a pivotal turning point in our journey. This nodal axis, active since 17 July of 23 and lasting until the 28th of January 25, challenges us to find harmony between our true self and partnerships. Eclipses often serve as catalysts that may activate these nodal energies, often resulting in profound shifts, highlighting a potent opportunity for positive transformation. I embrace my soul mission while nurturing prosperous opportunities, welcoming in abundance. Ooh, that's a good one, you guys. Take a picture of that.
Yeah.
That's a great little mantra.
Also, just want to add a little bit more about those nodes,
Please.
because remember, they go backwards compared to the rest of the planets. They go in a clockwise fashion while the planets go counterclockwise around the zodiac, around the sun. So the fact that they're going in this direction means that they are going to eventually be conjunct in degree and be a perfect trine with Gemini.
Right.
And Sedna in Gemini is what I'm getting at. So as this goes on, once we get to that place where the nodes are ready to egress into the Virgo and Pisces signs, that axis, that's when they're going to be showing you the very last of what you need to let go of. Daddy issues, we can say, because of what
mommy
Sedna
issues.
represents.
Yeah,
or
you
mommy
go,
issues. Right.
you go
Right.
on
Whatever the dominant force is, that's the one we get to let go of.
You do.
Saying hello to a white dragon. Can you hear me? Because my mic all of a sudden doesn't indicate. Right.
We can hear you.
Okay. Eclipse portal. Embrace transformation. Release old patterns. We keep saying release old patterns. Align with your purpose. Clear emotional blocks. And then step into your power. Trust the process. Cut ties with the past. And welcome new beginnings. In other words, transformation, release, and awakening.
Beautiful.
The time between eclipses, wobbly energy flows, emotions rise and fall. Boy, isn't that the damn truth? Information is revealed, old doors close, new doors open. The veil is thin. We are extra sensitive. Find your center and move in peace.
See that red corner down there on the left-hand side?
Mm-hmm.
That's what my sunset was like the past 2 nights.
How
Tonight
sweet.
it's cloudy skies, so there wasn't one to observe, but it was blood red like that. You know, you can't even call it orange. It was,
Yeah.
and I
woke up one morning like that.
It was like standing in the eclipse, that annular.
Yeah, it's amazing that we're. I mean, here we are. We signed up for this, right?
Yeah.
Love workers, light workers, energy workers. Here we are. Now it's time. So, but look,
So let's see, to wrap it up, we really just need to keep letting shit go, trust our gut, and stay grounded and focused. Sounds like every day.
Just like
every
the
day.
Bible said.
Repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Agitate, rinse and repeat.
Exactly.
God.
Isn't that the truth? Oh my
You and
God.
your guides. I love your guides.
Not washing machine.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
That was brilliant. Actually brilliant.
Hey, White Dragon
Hey,
Paul.
White Dragon. Hey, everybody, thanks for being here tonight. This is a great show, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did we get everything in we needed to?
What are you guys doing next?
I mean, wait, before we go there, did we get everything we needed to regarding the eclipse? Anything
I think so.
Because okay, so take it like this: what you release until the full moon on October 17th in Aries. What you release up until then, you will have so much clarity to go. You'll be ready to take that, go for that, jump if you've been hesitant, especially. That Aries full moon will give you a little courage.
Cool.
And I want to apologize for being so animated and so loud and so talkative.
No.
But Mercury is hitting. Mercury is lighting up my rising sign.
Just how you are. You're fabulous just how you are. No apologies needed at all.
No, Mercury. And Mercury is a big player in this new moon. Okay, so Mercury's saying, because he's ahead, right? He's in where is he? What did I lose him?
Mercury is in
Scorpio. No, I'm sorry, Libra. I'm sorry. No, he's right there with him. 11 degrees Libra, and he's giving you the messages of what'll bring you equilibrium. So
and
really listen
right
to
on
that
stuff.
Yeah, really listen to that internal voice.
Right, with Uranus on my Mars, and Mars just left my Uranus. Because my Uranus is in 29 degrees of Gemini, and so Mars is now in Cancer, and my Mars is in Taurus, and Uranus is so it's like where do I start?
I know that feeling.
It's like my throat chakra is just cut off on my chart. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so what are you guys up to next, Miss Diana?
Monday I'll be on with Cartomancy Mesquite. Tuesday, Valerie and I will be on. Tuesday night I have Tuesday evening, right? I think you're at 7, Akashic Records at 5 on Tuesday, Valerie and I together at 7 on Tuesday, and then the Dream Show. Oh, wow. Wait,
you're a busy lady.
She is busy.
I think we changed the Dream Show is going to be early because everybody wants to see Vance and Waltz. We want to see Waltz dance with Vance.
When is that? I didn't even know when it was.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday night after our show, right?
So yeah, so the Dream Show is going to be on early my time, and then what else am I doing? I don't know about Thursday, and I will be at in Plymouth, Michigan, at the Wild Rose Boutique. Stop in for tarot card readings.
Fun. What about you, Valerie?
I have I'm with Sun Psychic Jean tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern time, 11:30 Pacific. So we just usually just jump on and read, I read
I
their.
should come get a reading from you guys. You all are fabulous.
Oh,
By the way, these ladies do charts, read Akashic records, you name it. Please, if you need any readings, I go to Valerie about every 3 or 4 months, and Diana as well, because
I go to Diana, so
Thank you, thank you.
and we work with Diana and Valerie during have practices, so we're very familiar with these beautiful ladies and how talented.
As we are with you, and appreciate everything that you give us in the way of
it
insight.
takes a village, guys. It takes a
I
village.
mean,
That's
their
right.
channel, and their channel
Thanks a
really, they just have such plethora information on your channel about every topic under the sun to do with ascension. It's just really
we have so many.
Also on Wednesday, which
good library.
because we just solidified, I'll be on with Terry Renner. at
Fun.
Holy Space.
We've got
So
to get
we're
her
on
on
at
this
2
channel.
o'clock.
I haven't had her. We have not had her, and we need her on this channel.
Yeah,
would
she's
be
cool.
great on this
Fabulous.
channel.
She is
Fantastic.
cool.
You know,
Everybody is. All of
Yeah.
They
you.
really are.
For
There's so
sure.
many incredible people.
oh, and I'm on with Gerald on the 12th.
Oh, he makes me laugh so hard. I love Gerald. I think Gerald's wonderful. I need an excuse to bring him on too.
Oh, well, just get a fan and you've got everything you need.
Heather and I both have drag fans. We both have drag queen fans. Definitely. We have our fans.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that I can snap my fan as well as Gerald, but
Oh,
I
I know,
Yeah.
right? That takes some practice.
yeah, it does take a little practice. But I'm going to learn more.
I can
when I
snap
go
a
out to Palm
towel.
Springs. You guys, thanks so much for being here tonight. You three, I love you dearly, and thank you all for being here. And we're going to do our Dragons number 2 show on Tuesday. And then next Saturday, Diana will be back with us on Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Thank you, Harley. Tomorrow is the feast day of the Archangels. Thank you for letting us know, Harley.
Thank you, Harley. Okay, got to say goodnight. Love you guys.
Great weekend.
Thank you for being here.